What's going on, everybody? We should be live on YouTube. Hope all is well with you. If you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, meet us over at the Lab Tech Show, all right, on YouTube. It's the only way you're going to be able to interact with us on YouTube, all right? So come hang out with us, the Lab Tech Show. I see I got Revis Brown already here. Rich Vibes in the UK is here. Man, that's what's up. Hey, Deena, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
She said, I'm good. Our word of the day is Atone. Guess what? I got my word of the day, panache, confidence, flamboyance, and pizzazz. I got it. I'm rocking it today. So
I've got flamboyance. That's the best.
So it's all synonyms. So you can say panache, flamboyance, confidence, or pizzazz. It's all the same. So
whoa.
We're live. What's going on, everybody? Hope all is well with you. This is Tallboy. We are live. You know, I wasn't looking at the timer, and it said, you know what? It's 8 o'clock. Time to stop talking in the pre-show. So we're here, and we're here live in effect. And we're here to talk tech news. My name is Tallboy, and we're just here to simplify tech in a language that you understand. And the goal is to get everybody to walk away learning something new each and every week. Today, we have a special guest with us. She's from California. She is really a techie. She worked with the previous company and said, you know what? I want to get out there and do my own thing. And you know what? She has been doing that and has been paving the way, especially for, you know, women, and saying, you know what, we're going to make this happen, and we're going to say we own this space as well, or we want a piece of this space. She has created some power products, whether it's through HDMI, whether it's power strips, and she's here to talk about power, because we all have electronics, right? And when we have those electronics, we have to protect them. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in my good friend, Ms. Deena Ghazarian. How are you, Deena?
I am fantastic, Tallboy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. The last time I got a chance to see you and hang out with you, it was Vegas. And it was crazy because my bags were lost in Baltimore.
Oh, that's right. I remember you had the disaster getting to the show.
Really just kind of all messed up. My mind was somewhere else, and you know, you're trying to still stay positive about everything and try to still create content. But when you're wearing the same clothes every day, you don't look good, you don't feel good, you know, and if you don't feel good, you don't get paid good. So
you rocked it. You were great. Don't even worry about it. We had a great interview at the show. I actually enjoyed that show. CES was very fun this year.
Yeah, and the funny thing about CES, and we're going to jump back into the show in a real brief minute. It was this year, this was the first time everyone pretty much came back from, you know, the pandemic, because everything was virtual for the previous 2 years. And this is what CES is all about, where we get a chance to see the latest and greatest in technology. Basically, products are in concept, or they're in proof of concept. And then people actually say, you know what, we have an ideal date that we would like to roll out. And as we go into the holiday season, the goal is to hopefully get them on store shelves to where you or the audience is actually watching or can go out and pay or buy the products that are pretty much cool and things that they probably need in their life, right? I hope I'm saying that right.
No, you are. So we showed product at CES, and it is literally, we had a major truck just roll out the door to go to one of our retailers today for holiday. Oh, wow. So that's exactly how it works. You show a concept at the show in January, you get a little feedback, and then you go straight into production right after Chinese New Year, which starts at the beginning of March. and it takes from March until about June, July to get it made and checked out and everything. And then you put it on a boat and you get it over here, and then you start working to get it into retail. So
that's what's up. So that's Deena Ghazarian. She has a product, or she has a company called Austere. We're going to dive into that a little bit more, but can you give them a brief synopsis while I do some things behind the scenes? Because we have our stash stock party and we got to get this party jumping so people know what's going on. But tell people who you are, and if I did not give you a proper introduction, let them know the type of boss that you really are.
All right, you got it. So my name is Deena Ghazarian. I've been in tech for about 25 years. So I have been in this space for a while and have been doing business with quite a few retailers all over the globe. The majority of it has been in accessories. And Austere is a company that has come to be based on retailers actually asking us to get into the accessory business, and to do so in a way that drives a culture around educating the customer. And just like what you like to do, Tallboy, make it simple and easy to understand of why you need all these accessories to go with the amazing hardware that you're purchasing. And so Austere is a company that takes the best of technology and brings in some gorgeous design and combines those two worlds for like the ultimate product. We make cable product, we make power product, and we make clean product. And power is just continuing to explode as a business for us. So we're launching some product this fall that really kind of takes our power line to the next level. And that's what I'm excited to kind of share with you today. There's a lot in this tiny little piece that I'm going to show. And so as we kind of dig in, I'll walk everybody through why it's there, why you need it, why it's important, how you keep yourself safe, how you keep your electronics protected, how you give them the ultimate performance, and in turn, really enjoy your home theater experience. And, or by the way, charging any other device all over the home. So that's really kind of what I'm hoping we can spend some time on today.
Ow. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and jump into our stash stock party. Somebody asked in the comments, what is CES? It is the Consumer Electronics Show. Basically, it is the largest tech show in the world, where you get a chance to see all the tech products. And anyone that knows me, this is going to be year 10, God willing, for me to be there. So had a chance to meet Deena last year going into CES of 2022. And like I said, I continue to want to build or be in this space of electronics, consumer electronics. And basically the consumer electronics, we get a chance to see what those gadgets are that you're going to be buying for Christmas. And this could be one of the products that she's talking about today that you could potentially be buying, saying, I need for Christmas and I need to protect my electronics. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our stash stock party. And for the ones who do not know what stash stock is, this is your opportunity to invest in stash stock. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is just create an account. And at 8 o'clock, we're a few minutes past that, they do a stash stock party. And tonight's product offering is Netflix. So you literally have till 9 p.m. to go log on to stash.com/party. And once you do that, you literally have own a piece of Netflix. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing. If you click the description where it says stash stock in the body of the description of the YouTube, you will see where you can have an opportunity to get $20 if you would like to use my code if you spend $20. So basically you have 1 hour to literally claim your Netflix stock. All right. Absolutely free, costs you nothing. And it is what it is. All right. So with that being said, you got Netflix. It starts now and you have till 9 p.m. to get your incremental piece of stock. All right. Cool. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our word of the day. And our word of the day, believe it or not, Speaking of word of the day, I am wearing a word of the day right now. It's panache, confidence, flamboyance, and you can't really make it out, but it says pizzazz. And it's all the same word. And I said, you know what? This represents me. I have confidence. I am flamboyant. I do have a little pizzazz here. So I said, let me put it on a shirt. So we said we were going to start working on getting some t-shirts made. And I'm working out with the distributors on how we can get them made and get them out to you at a cost-effective price. All right. So bear with me. We're going to have it out there so you guys will be ready to go. And hopefully you guys will appreciate what we have going on. All right. So our word of the day for the evening is, let's see if I can get it up on here. It is atone. All right. The word of the day is atone. And this is what they say. Uh-oh, I think I messed up. Give me 1 second. Pause. There we go. Our word of the day. There we go.
Today's word is atone, spelled A-T-O-N-E. Atone is a verb. It's usually used with for to mean to make amends, to provide or serve as reparation or compensation. Here's the word used in a sentence from the New York. After a childhood act of cowardice, Amir spends most of the play reflecting on and trying to atone for his failure to come to the aid of his best friend.
All right, there it is, atone. So basically what they're saying is to make amends, to provide or serve as reparation or compensation. So we're going to see if we can use the word atone today. In today's tech show. If we can, great. If not, we're going to find a way to start using that word. The goal is to enhance our vocabulary and say, you know what, in 2023, we're going to be using all those big words. OK, so that's what it is. Do you ever use the word atone in a sentence or in any of your board meetings, Deena?
Sometimes, yeah, because to make amends, sometimes as you get into this business for a while, right, you need to make amends and say, you know, hey, I did something and I want to improve. And so, you know, funny, it would be a weird way to say it, but you could technically say if you were using the cheap white surge protectors that you've been using, you could basically walk up to your Better Electronics and say, hey, I need to show and provide atonement and step up to better surge protection. So I'm trying for you there. I don't know if that would work or not, but I'm trying.
I'll take it any way we can get it. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk a few news articles. You don't mind talking about those news articles?
Not at all. Actually, what I'm really excited to talk about.
Which one?
The Apple one. Oh, I'm like, with what's
that
happening.
One. Oh, so you're team iOS. Oh my God.
Actually, what they're doing, I don't want to jump into it, but like I have my opinion on why that's happening, and it's for a good reason. It's for probably the betterment of the environment and sustainability. There's a lot of reasons behind, I think, where that's headed. So I'm curious to talk about it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into it. And let me see if I can get that article on the screen so we can dive into it together and talk about what they are doing. All right. So Apple, come on. The article doesn't want to play. I'm having all kind of issues today. The article does not want to play, but iPhones will be forced to use USBc by 2024, and it's going to be rolling out in the UK, in Europe. They're saying that you have to use, or Europe has to use it. So if that's the case, this is what's going to happen. So this is how the article reads, real briefly, all right? And then we're going to discuss it. You put your comments real briefly before we jump into this actual article. Share the show with somebody. Tell somebody what's going on. Comment. Don't forget to bring your adult beverage. I have mine, whatever your drink of choice is. The articles are in the description. Oh, you got your shot? Oh, man. Is that shot of water or is that shot of lemonade? Come on.
No. This is a little bit of a tequila. You name it. It's in here.
Ow.
Okay, well, let me find out, Deena. Okay. All right, so here it is. It's finally happened. The EU has passed a law mandating that all new smartphones must have USB-C ports from 2024 and beyond. So basically, you got 2 years, iOS users, to enjoy your Apple Lightning cable. All right. Now, y'all know Tallboy does not like to talk about Apple. But when I heard about this is a way for everyone to use this as a cross-platform. OK, so the way it says, the law, which according to a press release will come into effect the end of 2024. And they're also saying that it also applies to tablets and cameras. But the biggest impact will be to smartphones, most notably affecting iPhones, as they are the only mainstream handset to not already use USB-C. Currently, Apple still uses its increasingly dated proprietary Lightning port for its phones, and also the new models, the i14 Pro. But this law says that in the EU, I don't know why I want to call it UE, but in the EU, that's all of Europe. They're saying the company will have to offer USB-C within a couple of years. So basically, get ready, y'all. Whether you like it or not, you will be coming over here to USB-C. Deena, you got any thoughts on this? Like, come on, give me your.
I know a lot about it. If you want me to dig in and kind of explain how this came to be, yeah. So Europe right now is leading the way when it comes to sustainability measures and trying to make sure that we protect the environment. So not only in providing and mandating consistency around charging capability like the USB-C, they're requiring it in even packaging. So they're actually mandating in some cases that your packaging has to be a certain percentage of recycled and used product if it's plastic. And you have to show that you're not using virgin plastic and not putting that back into the environment. So they're probably the strictest out there. Honestly, with California, probably a close second in leading the way. So Europe decided, because again, though Apple is super strong in Europe, the majority of the products that are sold, it's a good 50-50 balance. They knew C was leading the way. And so that's why they pushed for this. The reason why Apple has held on to Lightning for so long is because of the fact that they actually make pretty great money on the backside of charging customers who actually sell Lightning products a fee to be able to use that platform. So the reason why they've been holding on for so long is because it is probably the largest moneymaker for the actual Apple organization that's out there. And so this switch, though they will step up and they will provide with their Thunderbolt some pretty great, I think, technology that can go through in the C in regards to charging capability, rapid charge capability, data pass-through, et cetera. This really does change everything where we go to one connector. And the number one reason is because it's protecting the environment. We've gone through multiple changes on the USB side. Can you even possibly imagine how much trash and waste is out there with that old technology? Because we constantly are trying to update it. So C will maintain that, and that's the reason for the push.
All right. So one of the comments was in the comments said she's a newbie. And she said, what is USB-C? So I'm going to show you what USB-C is.
I have one right here as well.
You have them here? All right. So
I do.
I don't know. Can you see that? Let's see. There we go. All right. So these ports, these are on your phone. If you have a newer phone, you probably have USB-C. So this is USB-C to USB-C. And you plug it in via your phone, your plug here, and then it's got the USB-C port, and you plug it in, and then you plug it into the newer devices that are being released, all right? Now, they do have some that are USB-A, which is the one that goes into your computer, and then you can also plug it into USB-C, and I don't have one of those cords around me right now, which I should have one. I'm sorry.
Which cord are you looking for? I probably have it.
USB-A to USB-C.
Oh, an A to C?
A to C. Do you have an A to C?
I have a Lightning to C.
Oh, well, see, guess what? We're not going to be we're not going to be using that in 2 years. So show them what the Lightning cable is. Show them what that is.
So this is your lightning cable. So it looks like this with the white tip on the end.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to show the gorgeous Austere one because it's easier to see.
So that's the lightning cable, or is that a USB-C cable?
This is the C.
Okay,
so this is the light, and
okay.
that's the C.
All right. So the white cord is what you're currently using right now if you have an iPhone. But most Android phones, they have the blue cable that she has. Okay. And then the USB-A is this right here. Let's see if I can get this to pop up. It's this cord here. So this is considered USB-A. So that's the big one that fits inside of the computer. And then on the other side, that's the USB-C, which was the blue cord that she just had. Okay, so it's that piece there. All right, so that's what USB-C is. This is what USB-A is. And then Deena, show them what the lightning cable is again.
Ta-ta-ta.
There you go. So that's the lightning cable. So that's what iPhone users are using currently. And most Android phones are using the other one. All right. So let's go tap back into this article here and see what else they're saying about this article. So we know that it's to save on waste. That's number one. And then they've been charging a fee and they've been getting away with it. And no one, can really argue with Apple because it's their stuff, right? So
since 2007. So if you calculate the years of that fee being there, so as a manufacturer, if I made a product with a lightning connector, I would have to pay Apple a fee for that cable, for that connector to be able to make the cable. And so that is what they have been collecting revenue on since 2007. When it goes to the C, it's going to be harder to do that unless they put other technologies into that Thunderbolt. And here's what's great about C. So if you guys notice the difference on the connector, right? One is very small. There's not as much technology as where the C is pretty beefy. The reason why the C is beefy is it gives you this ability to actually charge your product faster and with just a cable because of the power that's also then supported with the actual power piece itself. So on a new phone, as an example, or even the new watch, there's a big beefy adapter. It looks similar to this in size, as an example, that the C plugs into. And that is what powers what we call a faster charge than the typical amperage that you've been leveraging for the last, 10 years, as an example. But what's wonderful about that technology, between that and what you call power delivery, which will show I have on my new power product that you'll see soon, that charging capability makes it where if you've used that USB-C, one of the things you notice is it's so much faster, like double the speed. So if you take a phone that is completely dead, in 15 minutes, in some cases, you can be at 40 to almost 50% of a charge with this new USB-C technology with power delivery, which is that beefier cable, and again, the power to back it up, versus if you were just using a typical Lightning with that traditional A that you've been using, that takes about an hour and a half just to get to about 60%. So there's a lot more speed that's involved, and it's a much more efficient charge.
Gotcha. All right. So let's tap back into this article. They say, with that being said, it's entirely possible that Apple will make the change even earlier and switch with the iPhone 15, especially as there are already rumors that the iPhone 15 line might use USB-C. And Apple has already moved to USB-C for iPad. So it looks like it's only a matter of time. All right. So now
that's a good rumor, by the way. I've heard that same thing coming from people directly from the factory, that the new 15 is absolutely being slated with the USB-C.
Okay. So also they're saying that this law only applies to the EU. So Apple could choose to only sell USB-C iPhones in the EU, which is Europe, with other regions sticking to the Lightning, but that would mean making two significant different versions. So would they be willing to do that? Who knows what iOS or Tim Cook would be willing to do. It sounds like that's a hassle, and would they end up, paying more for this? But then remember, they're getting money on the back end because you have to use their products, and they're going to charge you that fee. Now they say Apple could technically keep the Lightning port as long as there's a USB-C port as well, but that's highly unlikely. And they're probably not going to do anything like that. And then lastly, as an alternative, Apple could ditch ports altogether and resort to wireless charging and data transfer exclusively on future phones. Now, we already know that Apple is known for saying, you know what, you don't need this, so we're going to tell you better what you need versus what we think that you need. So, you never know. Can you see them possibly going without charging ports, Deena?
Oh, it will take a while if they do it. They probably will eventually, but I don't think it'll happen in the next 5 years.
Okay. All right. So there it is. So just keep in mind, iOS, in 2 years, they're going to they have to, by the end of 2024, they have to ditch the Apple Lightning cable in Europe. That does not necessarily mean that they have to get rid of it in the United States or anywhere else. But in the European Union, they have to get rid of it. Okay. So any final thoughts?
I would bet money. Hey, Corey, I would bet money if they flip in Europe, they flip everywhere. There's too much efficiency to not move the entire business to the C versus keeping some at Lightning and moving some to C. If they flip, they'll flip it all.
Okay. All right.
That's my bet. I put money down on that. Now, I don't know who's listening who wants to bet me, but that would be my bet.
Okay. Well, that's what you said. I'm hearing you. Yeah. So I'm just going to go with that. All right. We're going to hurry up and jump into this next topic because I want to give you as much time as you want to talk about your products. There is a thing out here, and I don't know if anybody heard about this last week, but Bruce Willis said that he was signing over his rights to a company to allow them to make or use his likeness or his image, if that makes sense. If something ever happens to where he doesn't want to act anymore, something happens to him health-wise, whatever that may be, he basically signed over his likeness. Then on Monday, there was another article that said he never did that. So I said, well, this whole technology is called deepfakes. And I don't know if people know what deepfakes are. So I said, you know what? Let's have a conversation about what deepfakes are. And this is a 7-minute video. All right. So I don't want you to tap out, but I think that this is some very good information that you need to hear. And then Deena and I will discuss it real briefly. And then we're going to jump right into what we got going on. Is that cool with you, Deena?
I love it. I can't wait.
All right. So check this video out. It's about 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Get your wine, get your beer, get whatever you want to get, and sit back and watch this very interesting video.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Jennifer Lopez. I'm so excited to be on Start Here, my absolute favorite show. Let's talk about my new album. Or we could talk about the dangers of deepfakes. They've gone from lookalikes that seem a bit off.
This is a dangerous time.
Trust in what is genuine and what is not.
To scary good videos that have gone viral.
We have now reached a state where the impersonations are extremely well done, extremely hard to detect.
I genuinely love the process of manipulating people online for money.
The technology behind deepfakes is getting smarter, while new apps are making it easier.
The better deepfakes become, the harder it becomes to assess what is real and what is fake.
So what are deepfakes? How can you spot them? And why could something as fun as a face swap actually be the start of something way more sinister? Let's break down the word itself. The fake in deepfake is pretty self-explanatory. While deep refers to deep learning by a machine, which is a type of artificial intelligence.
And this is used to impersonate people into saying things, they never said, or acting like they'd never acted before.
Probably the best way to explain it is to show you how we did it.
So I'm here with Khaldoon, Start Here's graphics genius, and he's taken a video of me and a video of Jennifer Lopez.
So I used a free software online called Deepfakes Lab. The first step is to turn your video into hundreds of images, basically the frames. And the second step is to separate the face from the images.
So the software is pinning my eyes and my mouth to the center of the frame so that it's easier to align with JLo's face.
And then we go to the step 3, which is the machine learning. I need to keep pressing P to update because it takes so much time. I just put the dye on the P and then put some weight on it and go grab coffee. And then we have the final step, basically is adjusting the skin tone and merging the two faces on the final result.
The whole process actually took a few days, but making deepfakes is getting easier as the technology improves, and it's improving fast. So what can we do with it? Well, there are plenty of useful, creative, and harmless applications to all this deepfakery. This anti-malaria campaign had David Beckham speaking 9 languages.
Malaria isn't just any disease.
وما زالت تقتل طفلا كل دقيقتين.
This documentary used deepfakes to hide the real faces of LGBTQ people in Chechnya who were afraid to be identified. There are slightly weirder uses as well. The website MyHeritage reanimates photos of your dearly departed relatives, and some people find that comforting. What all of those examples have in common is that they're not about trying to deceive people, and the people involved are all in on it. The problem is when deepfakes are made of people without their consent. And so often, that means women. There are people out there using pictures of celebrities and ordinary women and deep faking them onto pornography actors. A study in the Netherlands found that a staggering 96% of the deepfakes online were non-consensual porn.
It's women's bodies, identities, and rights that are being transgressed.
It's humiliating, it's embarrassing, and particularly with deepfakes becoming so good, it's very difficult to convince people that that isn't you, because if it looks like you, it might as well be you. We see big impacts on people's mental health, depression, anxiety.
And it goes beyond the world of porn. A mother in Pennsylvania has been accused of trying to discredit 3 of her daughter's rivals on a cheerleading squad. Her police said she made deepfakes of them naked, drinking, and smoking. Financial scammers are using deepfake technology too. In 2019, criminals used AI software to impersonate the voice of a businessman's boss on the phone. They convinced him to transfer more than $240,000 to a bogus Hungarian bank account. So the dangers of deepfakes are already real, and they're adding to a whole world of misinformation, a world where it can already be hard to know what's true and what's not, where actual facts are dismissed as false, conspiracy theories thrive, and powerful states run sophisticated disinformation campaigns.
Most of the misinformation we see and most of what people get affected by is much lower tech things. Photos taken out of context, things that are simple Photoshop jobs, much simpler and cheaper ways of making misinformation go viral.
Like this video of Nancy Pelosi, a senior US Democrat who was made to look drunk just by slowing down the video.
It's really sad. And here's the thing. And I told this to the room. It's really sad. And here's the thing. And I told this to the room.
But the power of deepfake technology takes it all to another level.
In the old days, if you wanted to threaten the United States, you needed 10 aircraft carriers and nuclear weapons and long-range missiles. Increasingly, all you need is the ability to produce a very realistic fake video.
What deepfakes do is create a climate of doubt to the point where what's actually real can be mistaken as something fake. That's what happened in Gabon. Back in 2019, President Ali Bongo hadn't been seen in public for months. And when the government released this video, he didn't really look like himself. Turns out the president had suffered a stroke that changed how he looked. But some people were convinced he was dead and that the video was a deep fake. A week later, a group of soldiers attempted a coup. So how can we spot deepfakes? Well, there are some signs we can look for. There might be differences in resolution, or if you see ghosting around the face or blurring around the ears or hairline, chances are a computer made it.
What I tell people is if something makes you feel a strong emotion, either really good or really mad, that's the time to take an extra second and check to see if it's real.
But the reality is that as deepfakes get better, they'll get harder and harder to spot. Researchers at universities and companies like Microsoft and Facebook are working on automated software to find and flag them. Organizations like the UN, Europol, and the FBI are all actively looking into how to counter deepfakes as a threat.
We're always in this arms race of kind of a new technology exists, people start using it for bad things, and then we kind of adjust our understanding and move forward.
There's nothing inherently bad about the technology, but we know the harm it can do. So what you and I can do is be more aware. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, or the face that I got either.
All right, y'all. That's deepfakes. Somebody said, what makes this different from Photoshop? This is somebody actually learning your voice, and they're creating whatever messages that they want, and it's you. So just think, you have a grandmother, you have an aunt, an uncle. They can literally sign their likeness away to some of these companies, and they can literally say, I'm going to give hours and hours of content of my voice or of my, of me reenacting whatever it is that reading scripts. And you can now program it to do whatever you want it to do. No different from Wakanda. Black Panther is about to come out. Well, we lost the main character. If he would have signed his likeness away, they could have, and if he would have did hours and hours and hours of the reading the scripts, then he would have been able to, the movie, Ryan Coogler or whoever the director is, they would have been able to still keep him in the movie, and we would not even know that he's really gone or not even on this earth. I know it's kind of scary, it's kind of freaky, but Photoshop is just a photo. This is actual video. I mean, as you saw, Nancy Pelosi made it look like she was not, coherent, and it really wasn't her. It was somebody else. So, I mean, Deena, what are your thoughts on this?
It's scary, really scary, especially with everything going on in politics. The fact that you could literally misrepresent a group of people, a politician, a representative, you name it. Ugh. This is a very, very scary thing. I understand the benefits in a weird way of when it could be useful, but I think it is really dangerous. I'm wondering if there's a way through the technology, not only in spotting deepfakes, but maybe having some kind of NFT or any kind of thing like that that would actually mandate or show that it was actual legit versus fake. I don't know. I think there's going to have to be a lot of support around it because this is going to become more and more frequent, which is really, really scary.
Yeah, I think that the government needs to jump on this quickly and say, if you're going to use this, you need to at least identify it, if that makes any sense. And if you don't, then there's going to be mandates and people are going to be like, hey, I'm not feeling this. You need to figure this out. And then when the mandates and the laws come in, they're going to say, oh, no, I want this to, it should stay the way it is. So I think that before it actually comes to market, like to where the masses or the public can really get to it, I think that they need to put some type of mandates in place to say, if you're going to use it, it has to be in this, because like you said, there's a lot of people that are actually out there using it for bad or for negativity, but it also has its positives. So even though you say it's scary, as some of the comments are saying in here, as Lisa Maria said, some kind of embedded watermark or something like that. That would be perfect or ideal, but just think, you have a family member that you love. You can always have them around and know that you can have a message that can go out to the grandkids. You have a message that can go out to, the kids or the family around the birthday or around the holiday as a tradition. That's a positive way of using it. Like I said, this has been hitting the wire with Bruce Willis because of his health, and it wasn't doing well, and he said he wasn't going to be doing any more acting. So with that being said, it was one of those situations where we had to discuss this because It could have been Bruce Willis or it could not have been Bruce Willis. We don't know. So I wanted you to at least be ahead of this, because when you see it and you hear it, you're like, what is a deep fake? Now you know. You can always go back to this video and we can say, this is what a deep fake is. We know what it's all about, and you can use it for the good. And of course, we already know there's people out there that's going to use it for the bad. So it is what it is. Right. With that being said, check this out. Hey, everybody, it's the Lab Tech Show. I need you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Why? Come on, man. It is the hottest show on a Wednesday evening. We're simplifying tech and breaking it down in a language that you understand. Come on, will you hit that subscribe button? Will you hit that like button? Will you tell somebody what's going on? We're literally breaking it down in a simplified form. Tell somebody. It is the Lab Tech Show. All right, y'all. I'm going to let Deena go ahead and take over. This is her time to where she can tell us all about what Austere is. I have some pictures. I have a few videos that I got from your YouTube. I'm not sure if you want me to play any of that. But Deena, this floor is going to be yours. You're going to talk about Austere, what you have. And one thing I can say, guys, if you purchase any of her products, the packaging is on point. I know people are like, it's just a box. No, the packaging is on point. All right. So Deena, tell them all about your products. Tell them what it is. And the floor is yours.
All right. You got it. So we're in the process of launching some new products. So what I thought I would do today is share a little bit about that product and why it's critical and important for your tech devices. So as I was mentioning earlier, power is a critical piece of any kind of your tech product, right? You need power. You have to power up those devices. You have to charge them in order for you to be able to use them on a regular basis. Unfortunately, and I'll do it with a home theater spin. And again, my point is to break this down and make this as easy as possible so you understand the importance of why, but do it in terms that everybody understands. So here we are in the United States.
Hold on one second, Deena. Before you go into that, I'm going to highly recommend that people at least say hello or comment.
Oh, okay.
I want you to say hello or comment, because once she's done, I'm going to shut it off. And you never know. We may have a surprise. We may not. But if you don't comment, we don't know that you're here. All right. So if you're watching and you're not paying attention, or if you're watching and you're not commenting, we don't know that you're here. But we want you to at least say hello. We at least want you to comment, ask questions while you're here. All right. That's all we ask. Just let us know that you're here. And Deena, go ahead. Back to you.
All right. So the best way to explain power is we all live off of a power grid. And that power grid, if you think about your home, obviously we get power from the city, which is obviously networked all throughout the nation through these amazing kind of power companies that are providing that power to your home. And things have changed rapidly, even in the last 10 years in regards to power. But if you think about it, as the United States has expanded, that same original infrastructure of the power grid has not gotten that much bigger, yet the amount of track homes, updated homes, the amount of devices that are in a home that are sucking that power to be able to use it has grown dramatically. The way I like to explain it is if you take your home and you imagine going 6 blocks north, 6 blocks south, 6 blocks east, and 6 blocks west. Every one of those homes that are within that 6 block range, north, east, south, and west of you, you're all on the same power grid. And what that means is you are sharing that power. So if your next door neighbor, as an example, is a very greedy power user, meaning they are turning on their vacuum all the time. They're using all of their appliances. They're using power, like a power drill or power cutting machine, right? All of those things are sucking in that power and putting artifacts and noise into the power grid. So that power now is circulating and is coming into your home. And so what happens with tech is those artifacts that are now on that power grid that are coming in and going through to your devices are impacting your device doing certain things. Sometimes, and the best way I know how to explain it is when you guys are in your home and all of a sudden the air conditioning kicks on and the whole house will go whoop, and the lights will go like dim and they get and strong again. That is a perfect example of everybody sharing that wonderful power grid and it just not having enough juice to be able to keep everybody up and maintained at all times. Those artifacts, those things that are coming in, it is basically overworking your hardware devices. So if we use a television as a great example, that dirty power is coming through the wall, going up that power cord, going into the back of your device, and actually powering the TV like it should, but are placing digital artifacts. You have very expensive chips that we all know that those technology chips or silicon chips that drive the devices have been in short supply. It's the reason why you haven't been able to get product or cars or anything else. Those chips will do what we call a digital rust. If there's too much digital artifacts that are going in, it wears down the chip. Why do you care? It actually will lessen the life of your device, right? You'll get artifacts on your TV. You'll get ghosting on your TV. You'll get that flicker that you don't want. The reason why we highly suggest surge protection to protect your devices is because what a surge protector does is that if you plug that in and then take your device and plug the device into the wall, it will actually keep those artifacts from going into your devices. All right? Okay, great. So what does that mean? Well, you can take something as simple as our brand new, and this is our 3 series, 4 outlet charge. This has got 2,500 joules. 2,500 joules means that most of the home theater devices need about 2,000 joules or more within a surge protector to protect it. Joules are what absorb that energy and absorb those kind of the power that goes down and sucks through, kind of like takes the house in and out. Those joules are what protects you from those surges. On top of that, there is a type 1 filtration that will basically put a force field between the power grid coming into your home at your wall and won't allow those artifacts to go into your device and wear down your devices faster than they should. So this little tiny device carries a lot of weight in making sure you stop it right at that point. So this is our 3 series power. Our 3 series 4 outlet power has spaced out plugs that you can see from the picture. It will allow you to put as many devices where you don't have it kind of running into each other. My biggest pet peeve when we design this product is that if I'm going to buy a device that has 4 outlets, 6 outlets, 8 outlets, I better be able to use all 4, 6, or 8 outlets. And then if you notice, since we were having that fun conversation about Apple earlier, there is an A and C charger that will allow you the ability to charge some of your mobile devices as well as also your potential Roku stick, your Google Chromecast, your Fire TV. It will allow you to keep it charged with just the USB-C device. As you can see, it's very thin. So it's only as thick as the plugs. And this is my favorite. It may look big, but if you take my iPhone and you match it up on the side, there's my daughter. It's actually, my iPhone's even bigger than the actual unit itself, right? So what's fantastic is this is small and allows you to go flush right against the wall because the power devices hang out the side. So we have 3 of these. We have a 3 series, we have a 5 series, and we have a 7 series. So as you step up, you get more benefits and value of what you're paying for. This lovely little 3 series is at $79. You then step up to our 5 series, which is at $99. You step up in joules and you go to 3,000 joules. On top of that, you pick up what is this PD, I'm trying to get it in the camera, this PD 20 watt. What the heck does that mean? Well, PD 20 watt is at least the minimum power delivery that you need to charge a better Apple device, iPad, those more greedy or Apple Watches. You can charge with just a cable and plug it into this USB slot, and you don't need that big hunking charger anymore. The cable will just charge it directly. And this was that fast and efficient charging that I was talking about earlier that will allow you to rapid charge your device. So this also will have what we call our type 2 filtration that doesn't allow those digital artifacts that I was talking about that come through the power grid into your digital devices. When you want to talk about the step up from the 3 to the 5, this is what I would call the minimum basic filtration that we would require. This then steps up with your componentry and your actual circuit boards to give you even more filtration within the device. And then our last device, which is our 7 series, this 7 series steps up in multiple ways. This now goes to 3,500 joules. And if you notice, there now is a PD 45 watt as well as a PD 20 watt charger on the side. What does that mean? Well, now I have a PD 45 if I use the top, where I can charge a laptop, an iPad Pro, you name it, in the device. Or I can split this into 2 20s where I can do a phone and an iPad, a phone and a watch, you name it. If you notice as well, there's also isolated filtration where if you put devices and plug in, let's say, a noisy soundbar, gaming device, or subwoofer back into the system, I can separate my video devices from my audio devices so those digital componentries don't put artifacts of noise back into the experience. Okay? So, and this guy, which is our top of the line, like our 7 series power, which honestly for the Joule level, but more outlets and everything, which is at about a $229 price point, for our 4 outlet comes down to $129 and still giving you all of that value. So we're very excited about this product. This product is probably the most compact, powered up unit with the most bang for your buck that you could possibly get that's in the market. And this product is launching as we speak. So this is surge protection. This is not backup power. Backup power is usually made, and it's big and huge because you need a backup battery to be able to do that. You could no way get that this small in a device this size. Where can you purchase? You can go to austere.com. You can go to Amazon. Those of you on the East Coast, PC Richard and Son, you can walk into retail and pick up our 5 and 7 series and our 3 series in a kit. You can go to Crutchfield. You can go to just about just about every single place that we sell product today you can get. But the easiest place to do it is to come to austere.com. And a secret surprise, Tall Boy, that I'm going to give away, if you come and you buy one and use the code TALLBOY20, you will save 20% on your purchase today at austere.com. And our lovely 3 series is shipping, and it's there. So if you want this little $79 guy, it is there and ready for you to get. If you want to wait for the 5 and the 7, it's coming in the next 2.5 weeks. So that is a little bit about our new product in the market and what we're doing with power to take it to the next level. I hope I made it simple and easy enough to be able to understand why Joule protection is so important. Couple other things to note. Every single TV is put out with a 1-year warranty. In that warranty, in the fine print that nobody reads, it usually will say, if there's any kind of surge event that takes out the TV and you did not have your device protected with a surge protector, your warranty will be null and void, and we will not honor it to replace the TV if something goes wrong. Surge is not something that we say is wrong with our device. It's because you didn't protect it. So that's one of the major things you need to remember, is that when you're purchasing, especially a beautiful new video, usually OLED, 4K, stunning product, if you don't have surge protection, that warranty will not actually work if there is some kind of surge damage done to the device. Period. So that's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one to remember and know.
Well, y'all heard it. Now, like I said, Deena, I told you, she's got her stuff together. And I said, and someone said, has it been a year already? And no, she came in December, I think the week before, the last week before the new year. So so we came back, and we literally just have been communicating, and she said, Talwa, I'm going on the East Coast, and I'm going to go talk to markets, and I want to tell people about this product. And I said, come on, let's get her on the show. Let's get her here so you guys can ask those questions. And one of the questions is, and Mama D, she's on the West Coast.
It's Mama D, right? Is she the one who asked if it's here?
Yeah,
I remember Mama D. Hi, girl. How are you?
So Hit the Spot says you got the beauty and the brains.
Oh, you're so cute. Thank you.
Mama D says amazing show. Thanks for the info. And then I think Jeff Bull Tech said, "Oh, okay. Thanks for clarifying. I guess that was the surge protecting versus the not having it plugged into the wall or something like that." So I think a lot of people do not know that.
He's asking if it was a backup battery versus surge protection, and this is just.
I thought that was James. Okay.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I didn't see the question then. What was the other question? I forget. Sorry.
Oh no! When you said something about the being plugged into the wall and then you lose your warranty. When you said that.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. That is definitely true in regards to the warranty. Actually, you know what, Tallboy, we actually have highlighted where in the Samsung, Sony, and LG warranty manuals where that shows that we could share with you if you would like to share it with your listeners.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing too that's interesting is we did a deep dive into a lot of people have brought health equipment home, like Peloton bikes and treadmills and all of that. And those devices also follow and mirror that same type of warranty program. So again, it's not just your television, though that's, I know, the main thing that most people drive when it comes to a home theater system. But any other of those big devices also say if you don't have surge protection protecting those devices and there is some kind of surge damage, your warranty will be null and void. So just keep that in mind for all of those major electronic purchases that you're making.
Okay. And he said, and I guess I was wrong because he said he was commenting on James's question, which was it just surge protection or was it backup power? Now, speaking of backup power, do you have any devices for backup power? So if there is a power outage, I know it's not in one of these devices, but is that something that you could see yourself doing in the near future for 2024, maybe 2025? I mean, this is an idea here.
So there's a major request out there to do even kind of like what they would call small piece generators. So not a generator that would do a full home, but smaller generators that you could use and leverage power on the fly. So yeah, we have been talking about it. It's definitely starting to ramp and become more and more of a category out there because of the need. And again, the undependable power grid system that we live on today. Plus, I hate to say it, with all of these crazy climate type issues with what just happened in Fort Myers and everywhere else, power is pretty critical to get people back up and running again too. Not only that, but to protect your devices. And so power is really coming and growing. And so we'll lean into that as an organization because we understand how important it is.
All right. So you said if they go to austere.com and they use code Tallboy. Is that Tallboy one word or two words?
It's one word, Tallboy 20, all one word. So TALLBOY 20.
And you will receive 20% off, you said?
Anything you buy. So not just the new product, but anything that you see on the site that you want, you will save 20%.
Okay, so I'm typing this out, so I'll have this pop up on the screen in 1 second. And then, like I said, I asked you guys all to comment, so then that way I think we're going to do something special for the people who actually was a part of this show. Now, do you ship to the UK? Because one person is here, and it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning his time. So I don't know. Do you ship abroad to the European Union?
We actually have retailers in the European Union. So we do business with John Lewis over there, as well as some of the other independents, and on Amazon. So yes, we do. Now, this power is not UK power. It's only 120 volt power. So it's only in North America and Mexico. But we will be working on power soon for the United Kingdom and everywhere else that has that fabulous UK plug.
Okay, so there it is. So you guys know what's going on there. Let me see. Let's see if I can get that on there. There it is. Austere.com. Use Tallboy20, all one word. You'll receive 20% off any products on the site. All right. So that's the beauty of this. We can go live. You can get real-time interaction. Lisa Maria says, "I love the discount." Yeah, well, this is why I ask you guys every week. Please share this show with 2 or 3 of your colleagues, friends, family members, because everybody needs power, right? I mean, we all have electronics, whether it's something in the kitchen, whether it's something in the bedroom, whether it's something in the bathroom, somewhere in the home, you need electronics. And my thing was, I want to bring my friends on. I want to bring people that I meet along my journey that's in the tech space, and I want them to be able to share what they have. So that's the purpose of building this community. And the one thing I can say about everyone that's commented tonight, they have been a part of this community for over a year, and they have really been my diehards, they've been my true supporters, and said, hey, you know what, Talbot, we're going to rock with you from whether you have no followers to whether you have 1 million followers. And I love that about them. And then there's some people that catch the replay and be like, man, that was a dope show. Thanks for telling me, but I had some other things going on, which is cool. But I try to find a time that's respectable enough for the people on the West Coast, and also a time that's respectable for people on the East Coast, to say where we can all come together in the middle of the week and let's have a conversation. So whether it's deepfakes that we're talking about, whether it's iOS converting over to USBc, or even bringing Deena on or any guest on, that's the whole purpose of the show, is the let's discuss this in real time. I love the fact that Joanne said she did not know what USBc was. We were able to break it down in a language that she can understand, and she walks away understanding what's happening. So that's the purpose of this show. And we're just simplifying tech in a language that you understand. That's it. I don't know if I'm saying it any way wrong, or I don't know if I could say it any better.
No, that's the way we believe that. That's actually core to who we are. So, Tallboy, that is the problem with tech, is everybody talks speeds and feeds, and they don't break it down on why you need it and why it's important and how it can change your life. And so we at Austere, truly that is rooted in everything we do and how we do our best to talk about it. So we agree with you.
I love the fact that you come on and you literally break this tech down in a language to where they understand the connected power. Like, we all understand. Now, they may not understand joules, and I see that we're at 9 o'clock, so I don't want to go too much over everyone's time, but can you break down real briefly what joules are and how all that works?
Yep. Joule in general is a measurement of energy. And it's usually, a joule is a certain amount of energy that it takes to, for movement. What ends up happening is that movement, when it comes through the power grid and into your devices, is bad. It will actually, that's what, the one that we know about is a lightning strike itself that will go through. You need joules in a device and able to absorb that energy coming through. So the more joules you have in a product, the more absorption of that bad energy that comes through, that can be done on your device. So when you're looking for surge protection, you want to go out there and you want to find the highest joule rated product that you can find. I will tell you, most of the joule product that's out there, people have not been innovating at all in this power space. Most of it, even at the highest levels, is around maybe 2,000, 2,500. We start there and push the limit. We'll even have some devices that come out next year that are 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 joules. So we know what that means. That allows a device to be in the system longer and continue to protect. Eventually, a joule will take and absorb as much energy as it can until it dies. And then once it dies, you have to replace your surge protector. It's unfortunately one of the things out there that not a lot of people know. If you've had a surge protector and you've had that surge protector for a while, guaranteed you don't have a surge protector anymore because the joules have been used up. You have a glorified extension cord. You need to replace that power surge protector. It's kind of like a mattress. It's the best way I know how to explain it. You can have a mattress, but if you really want that mattress to be firm and do its job, you will eventually have to replace that mattress over time. Like a tire. A tire is going to do its job and it's going to run until it eventually will literally wear itself down, and then you're going to have to replace it. That's very similar to what joules are like.
So let me ask you this. So if lightning hits your house, then it has hit this, your V series 7, 3 or 3, 5 or 7 series. Yeah, now correct. I would have to have that replaced. All right. That's what you're saying.
So
am I saying
the device basically would take its life. because the amount of energy that comes through gets absorbed by those joules. And I guarantee you're going to max out a 25, 3,000, 3,500 type joule level product. Yes. And then what you would have to do is you would replace it. But, you know, I say it all the time, getting struck by lightning is like winning the lottery, but definitely the lottery you never want to win. The problem with surge protection and the reason why those joules wear down is not because of a lightning strike. It's because literally all of those spikes and surges and those swells that you see in your house when all those other devices turn on or your neighbor's devices turn on, etc., those little brown surges of brownouts and little blackouts and the surge that comes when you send that power back through your home, that is what the joules are absorbing every day. Eventually, you're going to wear that down. And that's why you will eventually have to replace your surge protection device.
Gotcha. All right. As I told you guys, she was on the show last year. And I told you I got some product from her, and the packaging is beautiful. So, I mean, it comes in. Show them the box of what it looks like right there, Deena.
Yes.
So that's what it comes like when you get it. That's the box that it comes in. But when you get it in home, whatever the product may be, whether it's an HDMI cable, the clean and protect, the HDMI cable, whatever it may be. I mean, look. So you get this box. It looks like a gift box that you can pretty much reuse, right? Let me see if I can.
Finished. It's fully refinished on purpose.
Hold on. Let me get you on the screen. Deena. See, I was gonna do my thing, Deena, but I mean, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Go ahead. Yeah. I had something for you.
It's purposely refinished in the inside, so it's gorgeous. And our goal is don't throw it away, though it is paper and you can recycle it. And the chances of paper getting recycled are 80% versus the chances of plastic getting recycled at 15%. And just store stuff in it. So like in my drawers, I put rubber bands, I put my pens, I put extra business cards, I store pictures, you name it. I leverage and utilize this. So I have awesome and beautiful kind of storage items instead of going to the container store and spending lots of money on excess containers. So here you go. Boom, you've got it and you can just reuse it. And that's the whole intent. Ow.
That's I mean, it's all in the packaging. That's that woman's touch, if that makes any sense. Rich Vibe says, are you still doing cabling, audio, USB, etc.?
We are, yes, my friend. How are you?
Okay, and then Mama D says, please bring Deena back if she's not too busy. I apologize.
I would come back anytime, Mama D. You pick the subject that you want to know more about, and I would take the time in breaking it down.
And then how often should they change the surge protector?
Yeah, so that's a good question. If you're using like the little cheap white one that you maybe bought at like, I don't know, a drugstore or a Walmart or online at Amazon, that only has 500 joules. If you're using that very regularly, that's about a year max kind of thing, usually about 9 months. So it depends on how long you've been using the device. If you have a better surge protector, in most cases, that surge protector maybe had 2,000 joules and probably tapped out around the 5-year mark. So you kind of have to think about what you have in your home and how long you've been using that device. And then knowing that, probably upgrade. So I hate to say it, in most homes, every single surge protector you have probably needs to be upgraded unless you bought something recently.
We're going into the holidays, y'all, and y'all going to be buying things. The reason
this
why...
This is the perfect stalker. Look at this. It's small and easy. It's great Christmas present.
The reason why I brought her on here is sometimes you have to just start at the base, right? You can't just go buy the top thing and then you don't have anything to protect it. So the goal was to say, how do we protect what we have already and what we're going to continuously purchase, but how do we find it at an affordable price? Now, I know some people are going to say, I can just go to Walmart or I can go to the drugstore and say, I'm just going to buy the cheap cord. But like she said, if it's raining and you get hit with lightning, your stuff may or may not get protected. Whereas with this, she's showing you, and I'll put it up on the screen. And then after that, we're going to go right into, I'll let you tell them what you're going to be doing for who was watching today. But I want to pull up the products right here real briefly. You're plugging in. You have 4 on each side. So you have 2 on one side with, and I take it that's the power on off switch right there. Is that correct?
It is, and it's a circuit breaker as well. So if you have to reset your devices, want to save on energy when you leave the home, you can turn it on and off. It's an on and off switch too.
Okay, and I see a screw right here in the middle. What is that screw there?
The screw is there, so you can actually undo the screw that's in any kind of wall unit and screw in our device. So you can kind of lock it into place for a better secure fit.
Okay, and then also this is on the 5 series. You have the 2 USBCs, and then that's where you can charge 2 iPhones, 2 Androids, 2 tablets, and then the third USB-C. What is that? That's a USB-A.
That's an A. That's
okay.
The old school A one that you were talking about. And then if you guys notice, there's the 4 plugs. They are spaced out enough. And if you notice, even the big chunky ones don't come that far off the front. So you can be very flush with any type of furniture and or television that you're trying to get close to the wall and still keep it protected.
There you go. So that's kind of what it looks like. So I want you to get an idea, protect your products. I mean, you know, I'm team electronics all day. You know, I'm team tech, and you have to plug things in, and I want you to be protected. So that's pretty much it. I mean, Deena, you want to tell them where they can find you while I go out and do this last part here? And
you got it.
Go ahead.
So again, austere.com. That's where you'll get to use that Tallboy 20 discount. But if you feel more comfortable, we have all of our products up on Amazon, crutchfield.com. You can go, if you're in the UK, it's John Lewis. You can go to any one of the major regionals. So if you're in LA, it's Curacao. If you're in New York, it's PC Richard. If you're in the South, it's Cons. If you're in Florida, it's BrandsMart. Go to any one of those spots and you can walk in and touch and feel the product. And trust me, any one of those sales associates you talk to in any one of those places, they really know our stuff well. They love it. They've used it. They understand. They know how to break it down just as easy as I did today to be able to help you out and make sure that you pick the right product for your right hardware product and purchase.
There it is. I'm just trying to get this last piece. So you want to tell them what you're going to do for the people that were watching today?
Yes. So we are going to do a raffle for our brand new 3 series 4-outlet power. So Tallboy will tell me everybody who's on. We'll do a pick of a raffle, and whoever that is will win a brand new 3 series outlet. And if for some reason you happen to win in the UK, we'll send you a different device since you can't use this product in the UK.
All right, so let's see what we have here. I'm just working on this spin wheel, as they call it. So just bear with me one moment. I'm just trying to clean it up, and we'll figure it all out. So we're going to get it right and get it tight, as they say. So bear with me, almost there. So we have our wheel of names, as they call it. So all the ones who chose to hang out with us, there it is. I didn't realize we had that many surges every day. Wow, I thought a surge protector would last forever. Okay, well.
No, I didn't know that either. Trust me, it was very rude awakening. So that's what happens when you create something. You kind of got to dig into it and be like, uh-oh, I've been selling it for years. I had no idea.
Yeah, so there you go. Good information, good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out who our winner is going to be. So we have all the people that have commented on the show. The drawing or the name entry has now officially closed. So if you did not comment, that's perfectly fine. Thanks for watching. We definitely appreciate it. But without further ado, let's find out who our winner is.
All right, Joanne Hawkins.
All right. There you go. Joanne, you are a winner of our Austere 3 series, you said?
3 series 4-outlet power. We have them in stock, and we will send it out to you tomorrow. Joanne, if you can give your information to Tallboy so we can get this out to you, we want to do it in a flash.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Real briefly before we go, you guys know I got to do this. Hey, everybody, don't forget to download the channel TBE Media. It is on Roku and Amazon Fire. All right, you're looking for new content, you cut the cord. We have weekly episodes. Please check out the channel TBE Media. All right, please search TBE Media on Roku TV or Amazon Fire. We have some great content out there. All right, check it out. That's it. And there's nothing more to say. It's free.
Thank you.
Oh, we're not done, Deena. Hold on one second. So we're not done. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to wrap this up because I normally do it in the call to action, but I just kind of want to highlight a couple of shows real briefly, let people know what's going on. Jeff Bull was hanging out with us tonight. If you're interested in all things Star Wars, tune into the Kessel Chat. It's live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Pacific Standard Time, Friday at midnight. And if you're in the UK, you got to get up really early in the morning. It is the Kessel Chat, and it's all things Star Wars. Mr. Rich Vibes, he says, when you can't come to party, the party comes to you every Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And he's live. I mean, I'm telling you, he is live. And then lastly, we have 247mixing.com. They have an app. Download it. It's in the Android Play Store. It's in the iOS App Store. 247mixing.com. Check them out. It's absolutely free. Clean music. You're in the backyard. You need some cleaning music. It's all clean. Have a good time and enjoy yourself. All right. So without further ado, we got this one. You know I got to promote myself. It is the Lab Tech Show. Please follow, subscribe, and like. All right. And then next week, Revis is on the show. All right. So I'm going to find a way to get Revis on here. And Revis, I'm telling you, I'm ready for you. Revis, I'm going to give you guys that's watching. This is what's happening, Revis. Uh-oh, I messed up. I done messed up. Revis, I'm sorry. I messed up. I'm sorry, Revis. Give me 1 second, Revis. I'm sorry. I thought it was ready to go. I'm sorry. But as you can see, it's going to be where in the U.S. is Revis. We're going to get Revis out here on this show, and he's going to be talking to us a little bit about where he's at. He's a truck driver, and he's somewhere in the United States, from L.A. to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn. Revis, we're going to be looking for you next week, all right? So make sure you come hang out with us and you let us know where you at, and we're going to find a way to get you incorporated, all right? Without further ado, thank you guys for hanging out on the show. Don't forget to follow Deena at Austere, and Instagram, it's called Be Austere. Is that correct?
Yeah, be Austere. Yep, absolutely. Or you can even follow me at Austere CEO. Either one.
Okay, so Austere CEO on Instagram or BE Austere on Instagram. And then anywhere else, just Austere. Just search for it, Google it, and she told you where you can find it. All right, so without further ado, that's pretty much it. That's the end of our show. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. It is the Lab Tech Show.
Ow.
You already know.
Hold on, Deena.